This deck is nasty when it pops off. Unbelievable. Right? Hello again and welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Support the channel by subscribing if you haven't already done so, to partake in our many contests and giveaways, all which can be entered through our Discord found in the link tree description below, or give it a Google. And of course, while you're at it, why not drop off your daily thumbs up? You guys are the best. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Within today's video, we will be playing Temur Infinity Mill, Song of Creation, Birgi, God of Storytelling, and Thassa's Oracle. Getting it done dirty. We can mill our entire deck on turn 4, right? This is a turn 4 infinite combo wombo. Oh my gosh. In the video, we'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies and synergies, showcase our gameplay footage, discussing our playlines and interactions, and of course wrapping up with my final thoughts and deck review. This is going to give you a good idea whether or not the deck's right for your personal playstyle, and of course your wildcard collection. All right, so again, thank you guys so much for your support. Let's get into it. Infinity Mill, 60 cards, best of 1, 2.0 average mana value. Within the deck, 15 creatures and 21 non-creatures, a pretty groovy blend. 24 lands in deck in that Temur split within red, blue, and green, making up the deck. The deck revolves around the combo of Song of Creation for 4 mana. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards, and at the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. So it's the playing of multiple lands and the drawing 2 cards whenever we cast that is extremely beneficial for us. We also have Birgi, God of the Storytelling. 3/3, whenever you cast a spell, add 1 red mana to your pool until the end of turn. You don't lose it as phases end, right? So creatures you control can boast twice. That's irrelevant for us. We really just want to be casting and adding that red mana to our pool. So we can cast for 0 through things like Tormod's Crypt, the Stonecoil Serpent. You know, not playing these as creatures. We can play the Serpent as a creature if we want to defend against aggro decks, but really we want to cast it for 0 mana, you know, just have it die immediately. Generate the 1 mana through Birgi and draw us 2 cards through Song of Creation. Crash Through is a net neutral. Creatures you control gain trample, draw a card, right? It costs 1. Birgi generates 1, so it's really like you get to draw a card for 0, and of course it will also trigger Song of Creation, which is really cool. So now that we know kind of how the base of that works, how do we really generate enough mana to become net positive within the whole situation? Well, it comes down to Rosethorn Acolyte, Season Ritual for 1, add 1 mana of any color, and Open the Omenpaths for 3. Add 2 mana of any one color and 2 mana of any one other color. Spend this mana to cast creature or enchantment spells. We're comboing these 2 cards with Dual Strike. At instant speed for 2, foretell for 1. Whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery spell with mana value 4 or less this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, right? So we're casting Dual Strike, hopefully for 1, and then getting 4, actually it would be 8 mana through the Omenpaths, which is ridiculous, or 2 mana through the Acolyte, which is good. And of course, remember, you'll be generating mana through this on top of Birgi as well, which is pretty cool, drawing cards through Song of Creation. We have Cathartic Reunion. Discard 2 cards, draw 3, you know, just to help us out a little bit. Turn on the jets for Turbo Mill. And then we're finishing the game with Thassa's Oracle. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards, where X is equal to your devotion to blue. Put 1 of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom. If X is greater or equal to than the number of cards in your library, you win the game. So we're milling ourselves down to the bare minimum, playing Oracle and winning the game. We have the Fabled Passages to help thin, the Triome for consistency, and the Pathways for consistency with a few basics. The only thing you really need to worry about is not milling yourself to death before you get Thassa in play, right? Because if you're playing Thassa on top of your Song of Creation, the Song of Creation will trigger before Thassa enters play for her ability to trigger, right? So you do need to make sure that you have enough cards in your library to play Thassa without triggering the draw of the creation too many times. So, you know, it's tempting to stack the Song of Creation, but it is risky. You really need to make sure that you have a Thassa at the ready and can play it whenever you want. You should not be digging for it. If you are still digging, maybe just use 1 Song of Creation and wait until you know you can go for it to get the job done. So, you know, this deck is incredibly easy to play. turn 3 Birgi, turn 4 Song of Creation, and then you just let it rip, right? Going on from there, which is really, really cool. You know, you can free cast the Serpent, Tormod's Crypt to build up mana to play Open the Omenpaths, right? Through the Birgi generation of mana on turn 4. Cast that, add blue and green to your pool, and now you can cast Thassa's Oracle. You can cast the creature of the Acolyte, not the sorcery, and you'll, more importantly, be able to cast more copies of Song of Creation, because Omenpaths will generate red through Birgi. You generate 2 blue, 2 green, boom, there's another Song of Creation, free of charge, which is pretty cool, and you can just kind of snowball your opponent. So we actually connect 3 out of 4 times that we tried the deck, so it's working very well, very consistently. I know you guys are going to love it. Thanks again for your time and attention. Make sure to like the video if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our contests and giveaways. Check out the Linktree link, whether you're trying to get into our Discord, you're looking for my Spotify, or, you know, there's so much more to offer in there. You can support the channel there as well, huh? Thank you guys all for your time and attention. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Enjoy the gameplay footage, and we'll be back to wrap up with my final thoughts after this. All right, so other than the lack of land, the hand looks good. Hello, good game. Playing against Chuck Norris. I had no idea the guy was a fan. Oh, very Chuck Norris of them to play mono white. Well, we probably need a red source, blue source. Let's take the green source in case we get the Rosethorn or whatever. There it is. We want this to be a red source. And then let's toss dual strike over. End our turn. I really hope we draw a 3rd land, right? And then we can play Birgi. Somehow survive. Clarion Spirit's cool. They hit for 0. Such a friggin' flex, Randy. Birgi's in play. Hopefully there's no removal. We need to get Song of Creation in play, and then let it rip. Gonna get hit for a bit here. I'm not into it. Right, we're just trying to combo, so I don't want to sacrifice Birgi. They could have a +1 or +1, or, you know, who's... Exactly, Snakeskin Veil. It gets the job done. Put it on the wrong creature, though. Okay, so we have to play this. We had 2 blue and 2 green. Birgi makes the red. Song goes out. Now we just need to get some good draws going on here. Okay, another Crypt is nice. This goes out as our green mana. Let's Crypt it again. Now this is pretty early on, so we might want a double Song, but that's like super duper friggin' risky, Randy. Let's dual strike. Okay, so we get Thassa, that's nice. Need 2 blue, 2 green, I guess. Boom. We can play another Song. Yikes. Now we get more land. Let's play a blue land. Let's double draw. I don't think we want to play that 3rd Song of Creation. It's too much. It's too much. Even 2 of them is almost too much. We really need to keep track of the math because we're drawing so many. Let's do the Omenpath again. Double draw. 2 blue, 2 green. Birgi makes the red. Let's get the draw. And that's a good game. So we basically just cycle through our whole deck, you know, until we get down enough to play Thassa's Oracle. Chuck Norris isn't into it, and I understand, right? It's not fun to play against, but it's actually kind of cool to do in the play queue. Our opponent plays first. We have a turn 3 Birgi, just looking for Song of Creation. Everything looks good. We can dual strike our Rosethorn. Let's push that to the side. There's no need for the Serpent unless we have to block some aggro style decks. The Outrider. By golly, that's a pretty good card, isn't it? Let's get Birgi out, and we're looking for a top deck. And maybe we just play our Oracle and try and scry it. Hit for 5 here at a minimum. Could be 8 with Demonic Embrace. Oof. Murder. You murderer! And we do get it. No way. Well, we gotta risk it for the biscuit. May as well take the double draw here just to get stuff rolling. 2 land out of the way. Not bad, seeing as we can play one of them. Down to 10 as a minimum. Birgi off the top might work. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a lot of DPS. Lethal next turn. We have to make it work. All right. I mean, this is kind of a good start. Draw 2. Then make a bunch of mana, draw more. So we want 2 red, 2 green, 2 red. Or 2 red, 2 blue, 2 red. Red, green, red. Red. You know what I mean. Red, green, blue, red. I think that's best. Let's use the crypts here for 0, just for more draws. We gotta get in the way of these Outriders. Let's take another draw. I mean, the Serpent kind of does it. Or do we just go for it? Because they could have more removal. We have 1, 3, 7, 9, 10, 11 potentially. Which would be 2 5/5s. I think that's good. One will be a 6/6. Play the crypt. Lots of land here. Oops. I don't think that's oh no, we lose Birgi. No! That kind of hurts. So 2 Birgis gone. I mean, she really helps the whole thing out. She's not a requirement, but definitely helps out. Okay, that's all right. We've got blockers here. One of them survives, I believe. No, it doesn't. Oh, so they get to keep one of those. Yikes. I don't know how we're going to get through this. Do we cast for 0 and try to keep going? Cast for 1. We have basic lands in deck to still get. Let's try that. Let's dual strike this. I think this is working. That's a really good dual strike. Blue. Red. Let's take green and blue this time. And then we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we still need a little bit more fire. Oh, because an instant or sorcery. Ba, 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 ba. Down to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still need to draw one more time. I think we got it here. With 2 Song of Creations, it gets a little wacky, but I think this is it. Draw 1, 2, draw 3, 4, 4 left in the library, and then we scry for 4 for the win. Nice. It's pretty awkward, but it actually it works really well, and we came back from the brink of death there. I have no words for this deck. It's kind of super duper janky, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun to try to make it work and just like try to survive while milling yourself through your whole deck. Okay, our opponent goes first. 2 oracles. Nice land. Let's toss it. Keep 6. Throw the oracle. Using Reunion to draw. This can be a blue source. Alright. We definitely need more land, and we need a Birgi. And then we need our opponent to frig off Randy. Right? The Dowsing Pteranodon. That thing is OP. Foretell, pass our turn, get hit for 4 this turn, put out a Serpent as a 3/3. Yikes. We try to trade with the Pteranodon, or actually maybe we take out the 1/1 for the first turn, and hopefully they don't have another 1/1. Watch them play Toski here. It's a lot of damage. 8. Could be more. Nice. Uh-oh! And there's just nothing we're doing here, right? Like, they've got good game on us. We can play the extra land, but it doesn't help! Good game. We get beat down there. That Pteranodon did the dirty to us with the growth. If we would have got that 1/1 dealt with, then the Pteranodon couldn't have blocked, the 5/5 couldn't attack, and it would have worked out a little bit better, but uh-oh. Alright, one more. Let's make it all worthwhile. We have the cards in hand that we need, right? Just looking for a blue mana source, and all will be well. Or a red, either way. Maybe we should have played the forest first. I think we take a red and we'll just draw for the blue. Watch us top deck a red source after we pull one here. Love good game. For now, let's put out the blocker. That way, if there's a Luminarch Aspirant, we dodge it. It has to be a Bone Crusher. Okay, Righteous Valkyrie. I hate that card. There's only one way around this. It's to pick up a 1, like a crash through. Like, we need to get our mana building somehow. And next turn we can only play Song of Creation. So we need like a 0 drop or a 1 red mana value card. We also need Birgi to survive. We could have kept the Serpent in hand and used that, but I didn't really think it would play out like this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 4 damage. Or we just block it, I think. Nice. Let's see how we do. We'll have enough to reunion at the very least. We get a crypt, we get a land. Good, 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 good. If we dual strike, we go down to 2/3. So I think that works. Because Birgi generates another here, we draw. We might get this. Now that we dual cast Open the Omenpaths. We have a bunch of deck to go, so we may as well use 2 Song of Creations. Let's just crash through. They're free draws, right? We should have waited and tried to find a green land. Our bad. So we need an Open the Omenpaths, which we have. Can we find a double strike? No. Oh, and that actually doesn't work. Okay, just keep pushing through. We'll get there. We're already at 29. I think we just win this. I'm going to be honest. There's our Thassa, and we have enough to play it, so we're just like cycling through. Here's a Crypt. We got a double strike. Open the Omenpaths. Let's add some mana. Green, blue. Green and blue. We're down to 13, so this is good. We can play a third song. Actually, we should have done the math on that first. I think we just fucked ourselves up there. So we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we scry 1, 2. Yeah, okay, I think that's just lethal. Woo! This deck is nasty when it pops off. Unbelievable. Right? I have no words. Oh, it's a good thing this card's still legal in standard. Banned now in historic. 75% win rate's actually pretty cool considering what we're doing. You know, just drawing through your whole deck. We still have a ton of excess mana. You know, there's a lot that we could do with this deck, and you know, I feel like this list is pretty nasty. Let's talk about it a little bit more in our deck breakdown and review. Alrighty, so it actually works pretty well. I did not think it would work this well. It may be a competitive deck. Sure, super duper janky, but like we pulled ourselves out of some tough spots. Like you're dead next turn. We got it, and then you could just combo out your entire deck, which is a lot of fun, right? Through like turn 3 Birgi, turn 4 Song of Creation, you know, the Crypt, the Serpent, the Crypt or something, and then you can play Open the Omenpaths, and now you can get a dual strike going on. Open the Omenpaths again, play more Song of Creation, and just mill, crash through Crypt, Serpent, then Thassa's Oracle, you win. So I really like how well it works, and you know what the greatest part is? There's no Ruin Crab, right? There's no terrible crab mill here. It's more of a fun mill, if you ask me. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like if you haven't done so, and subscribe to get in on our D&D Rare Playset giveaway. Cheers, have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next.